Basic electrical engineering. In this video we are going to learn about the conducting materials. What is the need to study these conducting materials? Nowadays materials plays a very much vital role in this modern age of science and nanotechnologies and technologies. Various kinds of materials are used in different industries: housing, agriculture, transportation, entertainment, or medical care, defense, like that, or individual requirement. Materials are evolving faster today than at any time in history. Because of that, nowadays our mankind, humans, are improved a lot. So new and improved materials can stimulate innovation and product improvement. The invention of new materials have been central to the growth of prosperity, security, wealth, health, and quality of human life, sciences, like that. So, the new materials always open the door to new technologies. Whether they are in civil, maybe electrical, chemical, nuclear, agriculture, biomedical, whatever it may be the stream. These materials are plays very much important role. Now ours is a case of electrical engineering. The materials used in the field of electrical engineering are known as electrical engineering materials. Different materials possess different properties to meet the various requirements for engineering purpose. First, the ultimate aim of the electrical engineering is to select a right material in the manufacture of electrical machines like these motors, heaters, transformers, electrical machines, so many types of wires, electrical equipments, devices, like that. How to select this material? For selecting that material, there is no equations or no formulas or no computer programs are there. We have to study its property, which material is used for the right thing, for right application or for a particular application. So have to know about the material. Sometimes by studying all this, maybe we select the best material to the best today or best for the tomorrow. So the selection of particular material for a particular application depend upon the various properties. So in laboratories, for this purpose we are compare the materials, and the selection and proper use of these materials are responsibility for an electrical engineer. So an electrical engineer should know the properties and advantages and disadvantages of this material to choose that particular application. Hence, the materials available can be effectively, economically used for a special purpose. How the property of the different materials are changed? The different materials properties mainly depend upon their atomic structures. For example, we are using copper or aluminum for our house wire and motor windings for copper, electrical heaters and cookers nichrome. Electrical power transmission, ACSR, means aluminum conductor, steel reinforced. Filaments in bulbs, tungsten. Like that, we are select the items. We are select the materials of different things for different purposes to give the best result, both economically and effectively work. How we select this? We have to study the properties of our materials, and at the same time we have to compare the materials with the other materials by knowing its merits and demerits of the material. So our electrical engineering is a vast field in which the number of materials are used for different applications. The materials used in the field of electrical engineering are basically classified on their properties and applications. Mainly they are maybe this classification is like that: conducting materials, semiconducting materials, insulating materials, dielectric materials, magnetic materials, and special purpose materials. Like that, it may be characterized or categorized as 6 different types of materials. These are the 6 different types of materials: conducting, semiconducting, insulating. In our first chapter, we are already studied about this conducting, semiconducting, and insulating materials. In addition to that, in our electrical engineering materials, we are used dielectric materials, magnetic materials, and special purpose materials also to construct our machines, our equipments, some wires, some different types of devices, so many types of applications. At different situations, we are using different type of materials according to their properties. We are selected that we have to use that due to give the best and effective results both economically and effectively working purpose. These are the different types of materials. First, let's see the conducting materials. We already know that conducting materials, a material which allows the electrical current to flow through easily, are called conducting materials. Here, these materials offers very less resistance to conduct electric current. The resistance of conducting materials is of the order of 10 to the power of minus 8 to 10 to the power of minus 6 ohm meters. As the resistance is less, conductive possess high conductivity. In electrical engineering, the conductors are used to provide paths for electrical current in all type of electrical machines, winding, electrical apparatus, devices, instruments, like that. These are the conducting materials. Mostly in our electrical engineering, we are used copper and aluminum and silver. So what is about this conducting materials? These conducting materials is having less than 1/2 of the maximum of valence electrons. The valence electrons is 8 in generally. The conducting material is having less than 4. That type of property materials is also called as conducting materials. What are the example of this conducting material? You have to recollect in your first unit. You are already studied this point. In this, it is repeated one more time. Because of that, our unit name itself is conducting materials. What is the property of this conducting material? Right. The valency electrons less than 4. Then those type of materials are categorized as conducting materials. Let's see what are the applications. Most probably we are used conducting materials very frequently in our electrical engineering. The applications are house wiring, winding of electrical machines, transmissions and distributions lines, and so many types of applications. Next, insulating materials. Insulating materials, the material which does not allow the electrical current to flow through them are called as insulating materials. These materials, insulating materials, are very high resistivity, offers a very high resistance to the flow of electric current. The resistivity of insulating material is of the order of 10 to the power of 12 to 10 to the power of 18 ohm meter. As the resistivity is very high, insulating material possesses less conductivity. In electrical engineering, insulating materials are used for what purpose? To cover our conducting material. Because of that, in conducting material, electrical current is flows, the voltage flows, the current flows, the complete power is flows via electrical conductors. If we touch the conductor, then if the conductor is touched to another conductor, then what happens? Short circuits occurs, accidents occurs, and if we touch them, we also, our body also passing some amount of current. Means what? We are also getting shock. For this purpose, we have to cover our conducting material with what? Insulating materials. So what is the main purpose of our insulating material? Insulating materials are used for covering wires and cables to protect us from electrical shock, and also to prevent short circuits, leakage currents, like that. Let's see what is the insulating material, which point we are covered in our first unit. Having more than 4, less than 4 valency electrons, then it is categorized as conducting material. More than 4 valency electrons is categorized as insulating materials. Insulating materials are used to prevent current flow in any path. Which type of materials are used? What is the example for insulating materials? Mostly we see insulating materials around the wires or cables in our houses and surroundings, uh, our electrical devices are surrounding. Just observe, just now observe. We are seeing the wires. It has some different types of colors: yellow, red, black, blue, white, grey, like that. So that material is made with what? PVC. Like that, this example of these insulating materials are plastic, air, mica, porcelain, wood, paper, rubber, PVC, cotton, extra. Like that, so many types of insulating materials are available. Depend upon the situation, we are used insulating materials for different types of applications. In our transformer laminations, we are used thick papers. Sometimes we are used rubbers to eliminate the noise. Around the wires and cables we are used PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Sometimes we are used cotton. Sometimes we are used wood. In previous days, the meters, all the things are surrounded by wood material only. Wood boxes is there for wiring purpose. In our laboratories also, sometimes we are used that wood. Like that, so many types of insulating materials are available. Depend upon the situation, we will use different types. So applications to isolate. What is the main reason? What is the main reason? It comes in our electrical engineering category. The main thing, the important thing is this insulating materials are used for covering wires and cables to protect us from electric shock and also to prevent short circuits and leakages. So these are the applications. Let's see what is the application. To isolate the live conductor in all applications from earth to body or from body or sometimes earthing, like that. Next application is to isolate the winding from the body in all electrical machines. If we are not isolate, then we are also merged in the circuit. Then means what? Happily that electrical current and voltage, the complete power flows in our body. We are also converted as a conducting material in that circuit. Then what happened? Electrical shock is occurs to us. Then if depends upon that voltage, sometimes we are dead or sometimes accidents occur, sometimes small injuries occurs. It is our luck. So it is very important to protect ourselves from that conducting materials. For that purpose we are using insulating materials. Protection is very much important. Okay. In between these conducting materials and insulating material, another category is also there. What is that? Semiconducting materials. A semiconductor material is a material which has electrical properties so semiconductor is neither a conductor nor a insulator. The resistivity of the semiconductor material is of the order of 10 to 10 square ohm meter. These are used for the manufacture of electronic parts such as diodes, transistors, computer chips, photovoltaic cells, like that. So overall, we are studying these semiconducting materials in our first chapter also. Do you remember that? That what is the definition of our semiconducting materials? There we are studied that having exactly one half of the maximum 8 valency electrons, means the semiconducting materials is exactly 4 valency electrons. Then those type of materials are characterized, or it is categorized as this semiconducting type materials. Example of these semiconducting materials are germanium, silicon, selenium, boron, uranium, thorium, like that. Mostly we are used germanium and silicon. Here just observe this germanium and silicon is there now example. Let's see this let's see here, observe. In the first it contains only 2 valence electrons. After that What is the outer orbit? This outer orbit is consist of exactly 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the outer orbit, it has exactly 4 valency electrons. That's why this type of materials is called semiconducting materials. Let's see just few applications. What are that? Applications is it is used in rectifiers and control circuits, and it is used in all the electronic circuits, in photoconductive and photovoltaic cells, like that. It has so many wide range of applications. Completely our computer chips, our TV chips, transistors, diodes, all are made with this semiconducting materials. It has very good applications in our solar energy also, in our electrical engineering. Like that, we are having the next category, that is third category is as semiconducting materials. So up to now you are studied about conducting materials, semiconducting materials and insulator. Let's move to the next category, that is dielectric material. This is a new thing you are listening to it right now, I think. Okay, let's see what is this dielectric material. Dielectric material is a substance that is a poor conductor of electricity, but an efficient supporter of electrostatic field. So the dielectric material used is comes in our electrostatics. This means what? The electric materials are insulating materials which possess a very low electrical conductivity. Dielectric materials are essentially insulating materials. So what is the function for this? The function of an insulating material is to obstruct the flow of current. But the function of dielectric material is to store the electrical energy. Here it is very much important point. Already to obstruct the flow of electronics or flow of electrons, what we are having? We are having insulating materials. Already we have. But one more time, what is the reason here we are studied about this dielectric material? Because of that, this dielectric material is used to store the electrical energy. So I think you all are remember about capacitors. This property is used in capacitors. By using dielectric material, the capacitor is made. It stores some amount of electrical energy. What are the example for this type of dielectric material? Porcelain, mica, glass, plastic, dry air, vacuum, etc. This vacuum, dry air, all are having important applications in our field of electrical engineering. Circuit breakers, different types of circuit breakers we are used in our electrical protection system. There we are using vacuum type of circuit breakers. ACB, air circuit breakers, like. And to make these capacitors, we are using this type of mica, all those things. So what are the main application for this dielectric materials? It is used as medium sometimes, and it is used as capacitors also. This is about the dielectric materials. Next category. The next category is about magnetic materials. The materials which provide a path for the magnetic flux are known as magnetic materials. Magnetic materials are provide path for the electrical. Without this magnetic material, we can't manufacture the electrical motor or generator. It is plays very much important role in our complete electrical field. Our Faraday's law, all those things are just on the basis of this magnetic material only. This is very much important. Magnetic material are those materials that can be either attracted or repelled when placed in an external magnetic field and can be magnetized themselves. This magnetic material is permanent magnet is there, and by using some amount of energy it converted as electromagnet is also there. Like that, magnetic material plays very important role. First, what is the purpose of this? These are used to provide magnetic flux in electromechanical energy conversion. Where it is takes place? It is takes place in electrical rotating machines and transformers, like that. So in your second year you are completely studied about this type of machines. In all those things we are studied about the magnetic materials only. DC machines, AC machines, transformers, synchronous motors, synchronous generators, induction motors, induction generator, all those things, the armature is made up of this magnetic material only. Let's see what is the applications for this magnetic materials. It is used in making magnetic circuits, and it is used in electromagnetic machines like motors and generators and transformers, and it is used in relays, sometimes circuit breakers, like that. So many types of applications. What are the example for this magnetic materials? Iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, like that. So many types of magnetic materials are available. We are used mostly iron in our rotating machines. Here the observed thing is what? This iron is conducting material, and at the same time it is magnetic material. How? If we are giving electrical current to this iron, then it is converted as magnetic material. Sometimes permanent magnetic materials are also available in our nature, but very rare. So we are using this type of iron materials. We converted it as electromagnetic material by passing electrical energy to that conducting material, then it is converted as this type of magnetic materials. The last category is, that is miscellaneous, that is special purpose materials. The materials which are used for special purposes are known as special purpose materials. In the field of electrical engineering, there are number of materials which are used for perform this type of special functions. These materials used for special applications. Remember, are you having any idea about this type of special materials? In our houses only you observe, if you are observe fuses, it is having some material like our teacups, saucer teacups, like that type of material we are used now. Look at that fuses. All those things are coming under our special category only. These materials used for special applications. Soldering there we are used lead. galvanizing, impregation, like that. Impregation purpose, integrated paper is used, some varnishes are used. Soldering, lead iron or tin lead is used. Like that, so many different types of applications are there for using of special purpose materials. What are the example for this special purpose materials? The example for this special purpose materials are fuse, soldering materials. There we are used these special purpose materials, right? So what are the examples for this? Silver, tin lead, zinc chloride, varnish, extra. All those things are used for made this type of special applications. Special applications for this type of house wirings, electronic circuits, switch gearing and protection. Switch gear and protection means it is used in fuses, relays, circuit breakers, all those things we are used this type of different types of special purpose materials. In transformer also, in the windings, the windings in between mean gap, we are using some varnishes to protect from the leakage currents and short circuits also. So we are sometimes I think you some of the people you maybe see about this soldering machine. What is the purpose of this soldering machine? It is used to join the broken wires. Then it will attached, right? So what is this material used in this soldering? Lead is used, tin lead is used, like that. We are having this special purpose material. It is not lost, but not least, it is also very much important material. Like that, in our electrical engineering, throughout our life, we are see and we are used and we are having so many types of materials for different applications. Conducting materials, insulating materials, semiconducting materials, like that, and magnetic materials, dielectric materials. Dielectric materials, special purpose materials, like that, so many types of materials are used. Silver, aluminium, sometimes carbon at the brushes, vacuum, air, magnetic materials, silicon, germanium, tungsten. Depend upon the application, we are used for the different types of materials. So here what is the thing? We have to know which material is used for the what purpose. For right purpose, for to make the best, to give the best, which material used for what application. We have to know about this. For knowing this purpose, definitely we have to study the material properties, and at the same time we have to compare that material with the different materials. Okay, can we use a pure metal for different use materials, for different types of applications? Can we use the pure materials? We can't. In pure form, it is impossible to use that material. Let's see. we are using some gold ornaments. For making the gold ornaments, is gold is in pure form? No. If the gold is in pure, then it is like as a gel. It don't have any capability to withstand the mechanical strength or elasticity or thermal strength or anything. To maintain the strength, we have to add some impurities to our pure materials. In pure materials, we are nothing doing. For our desired applications, the materials are subject to some heat treatment process also. So what is the heat treatment here? You all are know, sometimes in our goldsmiths, they are annealing, heating are also used. Why we go to this heat treatment? So we have to know the properties of conducting materials. What are the properties of this conducting materials? Let's observe some properties. Let's see what are the electrical properties. The conducting material should possess the electrical properties. The properties, what is that? The conductivity must be high and the resistance must be low so that desired power can be transmitted. It should have minimum power loss even when large electrical current is also passing through it. It should have low temperature coefficient so that change of resistance with change in temperature will be low, and it also should be able to withstand high temperatures for long time without oxidation. The material should possess very good insulating properties to prevent the flow of any appreciable leakage current, and it should have minimum contact resistance so that it is accessible for soldering and welding purpose. These are the electrical properties. Let's see what are the mechanical properties. The conducting materials should possess a mechanical properties like this. What is those? They should possess required mechanical strength. They should be ductile and malleable so that it can be drawn into thin wire. They should have high resistance to corrosion so that it cannot be rusted when used in outdoors. They should have low density to get lighter in weight. They should not lose its electrical and mechanical properties with the atmosphere changes. We are observed this electrical properties and mechanical properties. What's the next thing we have to observe? That is economical properties. It should be cheap. Because of that, our production is, if our production is in reasonable cost only, then it will click in the market. Gold here, gold is also a conducting material. Instead of using copper, if we are using gold, then what is the cost of the product? It increases. Nobody will purchase that. Same work is done with the conducting material used by using copper. So all are prefer that cost. Nobody use that material made with gold. So we have to observe the economical properties also. And at the same time, they should be available in the market easily, and they should be easily accessible for transportation also. The material should be able to acquire different shapes, textures and colors during manufacture processing. If it is appears colorful only, the customer will purchase the things. So it must be acquired different shapes, textures and colors during this, and should have long life. This is a main important thing. These are the economical properties we have to consider. So to improve this property of this conducting material, we can restore using some types of heating treatments. Then only our desirable result will approach. So the property of conducting materials can be improved or restored by using certain heat treatments. The most commonly used heat treatments are hardening and annealing. What is this annealing? The purpose of annealing is what? To soften the metal and to relieve internal stresses, to refine the grains and to reduce hardness. Next, hardening. Hardening is heat treatment process in which the metal or alloy is heated to a predetermined temperature for a considerable time and then cooled very quickly. First of all, what is the purpose for this? The purpose of hardening is the name itself. It is used to increase the hardness, and it is used to increase wear resistance, and it is used to improve strength, to give toughness to our conducting material. So pure conductor as it is not able to used. It is not satisfied our results. We have to definitely go for the heat treatments like this type of hardening and annealing. Okay. So let's see the summary in our class. In this class or in this video, we are learn about the different types of materials used in our whole life of electrical engineering, and the materials it is classified as 6 categories: conducting materials, insulating materials, semiconducting materials, dielectric materials, magnetic materials and special purpose materials, and the properties of different types of these materials with applications and some examples. And what is the conclusion for this conducting materials? To make this conclusion, we are study the properties of electrical properties of conducting materials and magnetic properties also. By observing these two properties, and we are studied the economical properties also. By studying all these properties, our conclusion is the material should be able to acquire different shapes, textures, colors during manufacture process, and should be easily accessible for transportation. If it is very brittle in nature, then it's not cope with transportation. That's why it may be hard sometimes. Hardness and toughness also needed, and should have long life, should be cheap, should be able to available in the market very easily. These are the considerations we are considered. For this purpose, the pure material we are unable to use. We have for our desired result. Definitely we will take the help of heat treatment. That heat treatment is of two methods, annealing and hardening. Annealing is used for softening the material to reduce hardness, release internal stresses, to reduce the grains, like that. Cables, wires are used for this purpose. Sometimes we are going with hardness. Then how? It gives hardening process. It gives the material to increase the toughness, to increase the hardness, to improve strength, like that. Annealing and hardening are two quite opposite words. Annealing is to improve the softness in the material. Hardening means to improve the toughness or hardness in the material. Like that, for different applications we are using different types of materials. Okay, this is the outline. I think, hope you understand. Thank you for watching this.